So the 70 Shabuah that ended at the time of Jesus was not a complete fulfillment. It was only a partial fulfillment of verse 24, the anointing of the Most Holy. It looks like, I say partial because even after Jesus, there was clearly not everlasting righteousness. So this is something for the last days, like Gabriel said. It hasn't been completed yet. But we've had an enormous amount of fulfillments of this prophecy in recent years. It looks something like this. Everything in blue has been fulfilled in the last 67 years. So the word Messiah seems to have been code for the one called Messiah, the leader called Messiah. And that's not a surprise since everything in Daniel is code. And I talk more about that in the videos. Daniel 9 fulfilled in 2009 and Daniel 12 fulfilled in 2012. It's linked below in the description. But these are precise fulfillments of what Gabriel said would happen. But it isn't what the church leaders have been teaching. So it's being fulfilled in a way that no one expected. And that's exactly what happened in Daniel's day about this, almost the same thing, this prophecy in Jeremiah of the 70 years. It didn't turn out the way the people thought it would. I mean, they must have been expecting some other fulfillment because Daniel prayed in sackcloth and begged forgiveness and was talking about their desolations and all of that. So, and Jeremiah 29 was warning about the prophets. It says, don't let the prophets deceive you. I have not sent them. After 70 years, you will call upon me and I will hearken to you. So, and then it goes on to specify which false prophets it was referring to. It says Ahab and Zedekiah, and it says they actually lied. They committed villainy. And this roasting in the fire that it talks about, that may actually refer to the last days, the nuclear event, because Revelation tells us the false prophets will lie in the lake of fire with the beast. And Jesus also talked about that as well. I mean, it's saying here, these are people that they literally just outright lie. It's not just people that, oh, they're having a dream or something. No, this is saying these are people that they are actually speaking lies in the name of God. And we know there are people like that. I mean, we know for a fact that there are church leaders. These are people that have lots of wealth. They are church leaders that were appointed by the governments. This has been going on for hundreds of years. We know that. It's not a surprise. And that's what Jesus was talking about. And it talks also right here in Jeremiah, it talks about another one who sent letters to the people saying the Lord made him priest and he and someone else should be officers. And this may actually be a prophecy as well right here in Jeremiah, because later Paul, the Roman officer, was sending letters to the churches claiming he was reformed and no longer persecuting Christians, but claiming he was a Christian himself. This may actually be a prophecy about that. I don't know, but we know that, like I said, we know the governments have been infiltrating the churches for hundreds of years. So that it's not really surprising that the churches are teaching something about the 70 weeks prophecy that is not even valid. It's not even logically valid, and I've shown that. So Jeremiah 29 right here mentions that deception with regards to the 70 years prophecy. It says, don't let your prophets deceive you. In other words, don't let the church leaders deceive you. It also says elsewhere in Jeremiah that the shepherds are leading the flock astray. That's why they were misled in Daniel's day about this prophecy right here. And it's probably also why they're misled today. And that's also probably why Jesus said it will come like a thief in the night on them, but not on those watching. Because they've been led astray by those false teachers. Or those teachers that are teaching them false doctrine, basically, and things that are not even logically valid. So the prophecy of the 70 years in Jeremiah was not completely fulfilled during the time of Daniel. Gabriel clarified that the 70 Shabuah refers to a distant future time in Daniel 12. It clarified that it's for the time of the end. So the Babylonian desolation that Jeremiah saw was the end event. It does say that over and over. It's the destruction of Babylon the Great. It says in Jeremiah 25 verse 12 right here that when the 70 years are over, Babylon will be punished and desolate. And then it says, take the wine cup of fury and drink it. That's the wrath. It's the asteroid. We talked about that before. The day of the wrath, the day of the Lord. It hasn't happened yet. And in verse 26, it clarifies who is drinking the wrath. It's all the kingdom of the world, which are on the face of the whole earth. And then again in verse 33, it says the slain shall lay unburied from one end of the earth to the other in that day. So that's at the end of the 70 years. And Gabriel clarified that it's 70 Shabuah. And it's right here. So that desolation is due to occur because of all these fulfillments we've had so far. It's due to occur in the midst of the one Shabuah, which is either right here from now until 2016, or it could be the one that starts in 2017 and ends in 2024. Both are valid according to what Gabriel said and all the fulfillments that have happened. But the one that we're in now seems more likely as the start of the tribulation because of the 1260 year period that is ending in this time that we're in right now. Because it says the asteroid will hit at the end of that, and that starts the final tribulation. So the falling of the towers, the two walls, the broad wall street, the Liberty Wall, the Lady, all of these codes seem to indicate that the continent Jeremiah referred to where the asteroid will hit may be North America, specifically the United States, which would indicate, if that's true, that the northern nation that Jeremiah says will invade the daughter of Babylon, that indicates that it's Canada. And we know Canada is ruled by the UK, which we know is the dragon that gave power to the UN beast. So I'm not claiming that's for sure what it's saying, but considering that the current leader of the United States was specifically identified by Gabriel seems to be a huge clue. I mean, Gabriel was giving us the place and the time, all the surrounding events. So this right here seems to be the timeline of what's about to happen. I list all the scriptures that seem to back that up. So that's pretty much it for this week. I know it was a long one this week. So if you have any questions on anything, or if you just want to know more, there are a lot of links in the description below this video on YouTube. So if you just click on the show more button, you can see all the links here. This right here, this playlist, if you just want to click on that, a lot of these other videos are in that, and they're in order. So that's a good one to click on if you just want to pick one. So I'll let you guys go. I hope you're doing well. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that is being supportive of this work, because I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it without your help. So thank you for that. And I hope that this was enlightening for you somehow. And I will talk to you next week. Okay, bye-bye.